Welcome back to your ultimate pit stop, Piston Pundit. Porsche, once the undisputed benchmark of German engineering and luxury performance, is now facing a crisis few believed possible. The brand that proudly celebrated the Taycan's rise and a record-breaking IPO is suddenly overwhelmed by collapsing EV sales, frustrated customers, heavy tariffs, and financial losses not seen in decades. CEO Oliver Blume's admission that Porsche's business model no longer works highlights the severity of the situation. Today, we break down how Porsche's EV strategy derailed, what went wrong behind the scenes, and where the company may be heading next. The rise, Porsche's big EV leap, and the Taycan's early glory. Porsche's current crisis makes more sense when you look back at the electric ambition that once defined its future. In 2019, the brand launched the Taycan, positioned not as just another EV, but as the first electric sports car infused with true Porsche DNA. Branded under Soul Electrified, it delivered everything on paper: explosive acceleration, ultra-fast charging, sharp handling, and a premium cabin. Critics praised it, early owners loved it, and the global auto industry viewed EVs as the inevitable next chapter. With Tesla surging and regulators tightening emissions rules, Porsche jumped in with confidence. CEO Oliver Blume outlined a bold plan to electrify half the lineup by 2025 and surpass 80% EV sales by 2030. Volkswagen backed this push with massive battery investments, supported by Porsche's blockbuster 2022 IPO. Taycan sales doubled to over 40,000 units by 2023, nearly matching the iconic 911. But as Porsche sped into an electric future, it missed something crucial: the emotional identity that defined the brand for generations. But as Porsche accelerated into its electric future, cracks in the foundation were forming beneath the surface. The cracks, when Taycan reality collided with Porsche tradition. Despite Porsche's early EV momentum, subtle warning signs emerged. The issues weren't about performance or design, the Taycan excelled there, but about the intangible qualities that defined Porsche's legacy. Longtime owners missed the flat six soundtrack, the mechanical feedback, and the visceral feel that made a Porsche feel alive. The Taycan was incredibly fast, yet emotionally quiet. Then came the real problems. Owners reported software glitches, frozen screens, faulty sensors, CarPlay dropouts, malfunctioning door handles, and charging inconsistencies. Service centers struggled, and a whistleblower claimed 60% of Taycans faced battery-related failures requiring costly, time-consuming repairs. Many cars sat for months waiting on parts or guidance from Germany. A major recall of 27,000 Taycans for potential short-circuit risks further eroded trust, and depreciation skyrocketed. Some Taycan Turbo S models lost 2/3 of their value. Instead of rebuilding confidence, Porsche raised prices by nearly $9,000 in 2024. Sales collapsed nearly 50% that year and continued falling into 2025, revealing a harsh truth. Porsche's EV push was misaligned with its core buyers. Before we delve deeper, do us a favor and smash that like and subscribe button. This helps us reach more auto enthusiasts just like you. And just as Porsche battled internal problems, the global economic landscape delivered an even harsher blow. The global storm: tariffs, China's downturn, and Porsche's financial spiral. Porsche's internal troubles were serious, but global pressures turned them into a full-blown crisis. In the United States, steep tariff increases on European cars under the Trump administration added hundreds of millions in extra costs. Porsche was forced to raise prices across key models like the Macan and Cayenne, risking slower demand in its strongest market. But the real disaster unfolded in China. Once Porsche's profit engine, the market collapsed. Sales fell 28% in 2024 and another 28% in early 2025. Chinese EV brands launched tech-packed, affordable models that made the Taycan look overpriced. Germany and Australia also posted double-digit drops, tightening the squeeze. Financially, Porsche went from a €974 million quarterly profit in 2024 to a €966 million operating loss by Q3 2025. The company scrapped in-house battery plans, delayed EV launches, cut thousands of jobs, and absorbed a €3.1 billion EV-related hit. Even Porsche SE saw profits drop 36%. In just a few years, Porsche shifted from engineering powerhouse to a brand fighting for stability in a volatile global market. Yet even these global pressures weren't Porsche's deepest challenge. The brand was losing its identity. The identity crisis, losing sight of what made Porsche, Porsche. Amid tariffs and collapsing markets, Porsche faced an even deeper problem. It drifted away from the emotional identity that defined the brand. Porsche owners never bought cars for specs alone. They bought the flat-six growl, the steering feel of a 911, and the mechanical soul woven into every drive. The Taycan, brilliant as it was, couldn't replicate that connection. It delivered performance but not the visceral spark enthusiasts expected. Tesla drivers embraced silence and instant torque. Porsche's loyalists did not. Instead of attracting new buyers, Porsche alienated old ones. Meanwhile, combustion models like the 911, Macan, and Cayenne continued thriving, and even Ferrari struggled to generate demand for full EVs. The message was unmistakable. Performance doesn't define a sports car. Emotion does. By mid-2024, Porsche quietly lowered its 80% EV target for 2030. Plans for fully electric models, such as the Cayenne, were revised to keep combustion and hybrid options alive. Porsche hasn't abandoned EVs, but it now recognizes its soul can't be rebuilt with batteries alone. And with identity shaken and profits collapsing, the next step was inevitable. Leadership had to change. The reset: leadership, job cuts, and Porsche's new roadmap. As losses mounted and customers grew frustrated, pressure finally hit Porsche's leadership. Investors had long questioned Oliver Blume's dual role leading both Porsche and Volkswagen, and the crisis forced the issue. By 2025, Porsche confirmed talks for Blume to step down, opening negotiations with Michael Leiters, former McLaren CEO, ex-Ferrari CTO, and a longtime Porsche engineer known for product-first decision-making. His hybrid performance experience could be crucial as Porsche redefines its direction. The company has begun its largest restructuring in decades, cutting nearly 2,000 jobs and preparing further cost-saving measures. EV ambitions have been scaled back, shifting focus toward expanding hybrids and restoring combustion options previously set for phase-out. Porsche expects 2025 to mark the bottom of the downturn, with recovery starting in 2026 through a more balanced lineup. Promising signs include strong interest in the hybrid 911 and the electric Macan's early traction. Under Leiters, Porsche hopes to regain trust by returning to engineering purity and emotional driving experiences. Which brings us to the big question. Verdict: can Porsche reclaim its soul? Porsche's recent crisis is a powerful reminder that even the greatest brands can lose their way when ambition overshadows identity. The Taycan showcased Porsche's engineering brilliance, but it also revealed how fragile loyalty becomes when heritage and emotion aren't part of the formula. With tariffs, China's downturn, reliability issues, and overreaching EV targets all colliding at once, Porsche stumbled into its toughest era in decades. But now, Porsche stands at a turning point. With leadership changes looming, renewed focus on hybrids and combustion engineering, and a recalibrated approach to electrification, the company is preparing for a comeback grounded in who it really is. The enduring success of the 911 proves that Porsche's legacy still resonates, and may be the compass guiding its next chapter. Before we wrap up, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you think Porsche can balance electrification with the emotional experience its fans expect? Should Porsche lean harder into hybrids or attempt a next-generation EV strategy? What lessons should other performance brands take from Porsche's missteps? Share your insights in the comments. We always enjoy hearing from fellow enthusiasts. And if you want to stay updated on Porsche's next moves and all major automotive shifts, don't forget to subscribe to Piston Pundit so you never miss the latest updates and upcoming videos. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next one. You can now check out any of the videos on the screen. There's plenty more to explore.